You have been intentionally held back. But it might not be what you think. It's not someone out there that's holding you back. It's not even you that has been holding you back, at least not exactly if you're thinking about it from, let's say, a law of attraction point of view where you're like, I'm not manifesting good enough. No, the one that has been holding you back is your higher self in alignment with this divine will template over this free will template, which comes from the ego. As of filming this, it is currently 7/7. It is this very powerful portal we are in, and it is representing a complete dissolution of these shackles that have been intentionally holding you back, intentionally restricting you up until now on your path in your human experience. And so if you are someone who has felt like you're just blocked in some way, maybe you are very self-aware and you're wondering, like, how can I still be blocked in this area? I've done just lifetimes worth of work on myself. I'm so self-aware. I'm doing all my shadow work, yet I still can't seem to break through this one issue or these many issues. Likely it is because there was this divine will template at play. Likely there was a reason that you've been contracted up until now. So I just want that to sink in for a moment. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Hannah, and I empower you to empower yourself. Now, it's my intention to do this today by, one, being the bearer of good news, I hope, that this template is now dissolving, and so you're no longer held back in the ways that you've been. And also to bring through an activation and a transmission from the Golden Dragon Collective. So the Golden Dragons have your back here, and they want you to know that you're not alone in this. You have many, many, many higher frequency beings supporting you. They are just one such collective. The Golden Dragons hold the frequency of Christ consciousness, the frequency of an ascended master, which you are, if you're watching this. Kind of we all are, in a way. We're all on different phases of that journey of becoming a true master in this life, in this incarnation. And so they know it's hard. They know it's rough. They know it's tough. And for people on the front lines, you could say, of this consciousness journey, of this ascension journey, it has been a bitch. Not to mince words there, it's been a bitch, really. I'm sure I don't need to tell you guys that. You probably have lived it up until now. It has not been easy. That's, in a way, in a sick, twisted kind of way, that's kind of how you know you are on the right path. As if you've been hitting, all these blockages, you've been restricted in so many ways. Because you're that powerful and you're that dangerous, you could say, to the systems, and your frequency is that high that, like, literally it's incompatible. Like, your authentic frequency has been incompatible with these false matrix systems, which is why you need to be kind of like shut down a little bit by your own higher self in order to blend in as this sleeper agent in the false matrix. Okay, so all of that is said, that is going to be our focus today. I'm going to be channeling these dragons on this topic for you, and just be aware this comes with some powerful activations to help speed along, you could say, this process for you of dissolving these shackles, and to also allow it to be a smoother process, a gentler process. I feel it being, it doesn't have to be painful. You don't have to suffer anymore. That's part of the shackles we're letting go of, actually. It can be fun, it can be smooth, it can be fluid. And so we're literally leaving behind suffering this month, if we choose, because there is an element of responsibility here. There's a fine line between being in this divine will template and just giving your power away to another source, okay? And finding the difference between that fine line, that's going to be a very unique journey for each one of us. We each have to kind of play a little bit around, do some trial and error to determine, okay, what is actually my higher self, divine will, and what is me being in victimhood. So all of that said, let's get to it, shall we? Let's not mince any words here. Congratulations, Light Warrior family. You have just reached a very, very important milestone on your collective ascension journey. You have reached yet another point of no return. And yes, we know many of you will immediately hear that and sort of cringe and brace against it because you've heard this so many times. It's a point of no return, it's a point of no return, it's a point of no return. And we wish for you to know that that is true. You keep hearing that you've come across a point of no return because you have many, many times. This is not a one and done process. Many, many times on this ascension journey, you're going to come up against another point of no return. You're going to reach a crossroads of no return. This is part of ascension. It's asking you layer by layer to let go of the false matrix version of you, to let go of the ego you, to let go of the old painful timelines and realities, which you are now doing if you're watching this video. And so we want you to know that this process is going to continue to speed up. You will encounter many points of no return over the coming months. But we do believe that this one in particular is special. And for many of you, you're not going to understand exactly how or why until retrospect. But for many of you, you will look upon July of 2026 as a pivotal moment in your own personal path and journey, a transformation point. Many of you are starting to notice the difference between the divine matrix and the false matrix, the divine you and the false you. You're starting to be able to see your entire life from this bird's eye perspective of your higher self. And for that, you are being rewarded and congratulated. And we wish to affirm for you, for those that may need to hear it, take this as your validation. You did not come here to suffer. You did not come here to struggle. Your purpose in being here is to have fun. To challenge yourself, yes, but to challenge yourself in a fun way, a way that feels expansive, not constricting. Your life has felt very constricted up until now because you have been in the false matrix. You have been acting from the false self. And reality has reflected that back to you. But now, this month, there's literally complete costume change, you could say, pulling off of the veil of that false self and allowing your true self to rise. We wish for you to know that the grid is now able to handle the full force, the full authenticity of your lights, of who you really are. Just feel that for a moment. Earth is ready. The collective is ready. You don't have to hide anymore. That's an old story. The mega dragons are awake. And with their consciousness comes a stabilization of the grid that supports you in being you. No more do you need to live in lack and uncertainty. But do know that this being a point of no return, this is a test right now. You have the option to choose which reality you'd like to be in. Will you go back into the false reality, or will you step forward into the divine, real reality? It's your choice. You always have a choice. For many of you, you're facing deep uncertainty right now. For many, this is manifesting in financial situations that feel very, very restrictive, very, very uncertain. Maybe financial situations that have held you back and held you down for your entire life. So deeply you wish to express yourself freely, to travel freely, perhaps, to live in a truly safe environment. And yet you found yourself again and again hitting against these walls of the financial systems, these walls of survival mode, you could say. But we wish for you to know that those systems are dissolved. What you are experiencing, that tension, it's simply an echo of the false matrix. If you feed it, if you give it power, if you feed into the fear and the uncertainty and you act from that place, it could take you back into the false matrix system temporarily. However, if you choose to trust that you are always connected, protected, and loved, that you are divinely held by the universe, the multiverse, your higher self and guides, that you are always aligned with that perfect flow of abundance, you will see that the money that you need always manifests. Always, every single time, whenever you need it, it manifests. Not before, not after, just when you need it, it manifests. It is there for you. And for those of you, again, who may be getting triggered at this particular situation, this statement, because let's say you wish for X amount of money now, and you aren't seeing it just yet, and you feel, oh, if I just had this amount of money right now, I could feel safe for once. I could feel free. I could relax. I could unclench. We wish you to know that this is your proving ground right now to pull those frequencies out of you before physical reality reflects it back to you. If you can embody those frequencies you think the money will give you first, now, then the money can't not manifest. And so many other forms of abundance as well, because abundance need not only come from money itself. That is one of many forms of abundance. Know that your needs will always be met. Many of you are traumatized because you did trust, you did have faith in the past, and you were betrayed, you were let down again and again, maybe even by seemingly your own higher self, your own guides, God, the universe, source. And we want you to know that that was all a choice at a higher level to experience such deep lack. Such deep lack. Because in truth, the world you live in right now and will continue to live in for much time is a world of duality. In order to experience the opposite polarity of that lack, you must go deeply into that lack. It is like a slingshot being launched. If you don't pull the slingshot back far enough, just you pull it back a little bit, maybe even not at all, then that which you're trying to sling just falls right onto the ground. But if you're able to pull it back really far, really deep, it flies that much farther when the time has come. And so we say to you that this is the time that you are now approaching. You are now at this point where it's time to let go of the slingshot and to let yourself fly freely. And know that the deeper levels of lack and restriction that you've experienced in your life, whether that's in money, whether that's in health, whether that's in love, relationships, connection, human connection in general, all of those areas, know that for all of that lack and restriction you experienced, you're going to go that much further as a result. It was intentional. Yes, it was daunting for your human self. Yes, it was daunting for the ego, because your human self, your human avatar, your ego cannot see the bigger picture. It only knows what's in the now, what it is currently experiencing. It has a limited point of view. But your soul, which has been driving this entire time, guiding you this entire time, it sees the entire picture. It sees and it knows, and it has been guiding you step by step by step to the perfect place for your soul to shine. That time is now. That time is now. Know that you are loved. We would never abandon you. You would never abandon you. You will not get left behind. This is your time to shine. We love you very, very deeply. You are loved across the multiverse. You are respected, honored, and you will start to see this more and more. You've lived in a false reality where up is down and down is up. Outside of this reality, you are honored, you are seen, you are witnessed, you are appreciated. But in this reality, you have been kept small. You have been put down, demonized, held back. But now, that changes. We are writing this reality once more. The tables are turning. The scales are balancing. Symbiosis, equivalent exchange, is being restored. And for those of you who are struggling to accept this, to believe this, we just ask for some proof, some evidence, and we will provide it to you. If you ask for proof, if you ask for evidence, as long as it's not too far-fetched for your human ego to wrap itself around, we will be able to deliver that to you, and you will trust. Then you can ask for something bigger. We will deliver, and you can trust even more, and you keep going until you just know. You know that you are a powerful, divine being of light. You are a powerful creator, and your needs are always met in abundance. You are doing a great job. Keep on keeping, keep walking forward, and you may just find that life starts to change for the better here in the 3D now. Things start to get easier. And the abundance that has seemingly evaded you for so long finally starts to flow. We are Asea, 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 Ea, Ea, Uyate, Asunyatea, Esa, Ah, Ea, Ea, Ah, Yasuna. All right, so that was the message. As always, I'm curious to see how that landed with you. Did it trigger you? If so, good. That means that part of you is on its way out. Did you feel the energy? Did you feel the activations? We are at a truly, truly amazing time, friends. Like, we've been waiting for this for so long. Can you feel that? So if you resonated with this message, if it brought you some sort of relief and you feel called to get it out to more people, you can, of course, engage with the video in some way, commenting, liking. You can hype the video. That's a new feature on YouTube. If you're on the app, you scroll to the right of the comments and you can hype the video. And so that's what the Golden Dragon Collective asks, is if not just this content, but any content brings you peace in some way. Any content brings you relief. It feels positive, it feels light to you. They ask that you pay that forward to others, because your engagement allows that to get out to others. It's a very, very, very small step you can take to just help spread light into the world and to overcome, they're saying, the false systems of the algorithms, because the algorithms have been a bit corrupted. But they don't control us. They don't control you. And yeah, your lights, your golden Christ consciousness energy, that wins the day every single time. Remember your lights. Remember your alchemy. Remember how powerful you truly, truly are. And know that this is about to be a really, really good time. If you can let it, if you can let go of that fear, grieve the old you if necessary, grieve the old world if necessary. And know it gets to be a really, really good time. Much love to you, and stay powerful.